All right, we are going to go ahead and discuss the classroom profile.
Okay.
All right, so on here, I was looking at your classroom records, and it shows that you have 6 male students and 12 females.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and they range 5 to 6 because this is kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
And so also the languages that they speak, I have all 18 as English language proficient.
Yes, we have one that's kind of learning another
Okay.
language, but she's not made it too far yet.
Okay, perfect. So she was born with the English language, but now she's trying to learn another one.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right. So on here I have 2 students with the visual impairment. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
0 with hearing impairment. 2 with developmental disabilities.
Yes.
Okay. And how does that kind of affect their learning?
They struggle a little bit in the classroom. We have to kind of alter some of their assignments,
Okay.
and we just look at their IEP to see exactly what modifications they need.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for the lesson that we're going to do. 2 with emotional or behavioral disabilities.
And that's just mainly redirection. And
Okay. And then 1 with a learning disability.
yes.
Okay. And then 1 with a physical disability.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the cleft palate?
Yes.
Okay. And then 1 ADD, possibly.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then so we have 8 African American, 7 white, 1 mixed.
Yes.
And then 2.
A couple. One is from part Russian and part from Iran, and the other one, his father is white and his mother is from Singapore.
Okay, that's awesome. And then, as far as I could tell, like from watching you teach, to promote literacy, you use Daily 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so that kind of gives the kids some time to read to themselves and do writing and stuff while you're meeting in small groups.
Gives me time for small groups and individual conferencing.
Okay, and then I noticed also that the students are using the computers to do listening to reading and stuff on the computers.
Yes.
Okay. And then also you have a really nice classroom library, and you also have a multicultural section where it's all multicultural books in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As far as the environment, I could tell that you do have several multicultural things in here, like as far as your anchor charts.
Mm-hmm. I try to, even if I draw them or if they're charts that we have, we try to make sure that we represent different cultures.
Okay. All right. And then also y'all do a morning meeting, which kind of brings the class together in different ways.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we've had other parents that are from other cultures come in and discuss kind of their family traditions and how they're different than ours.
Okay. That's awesome. I really like that. Okay, now we're going to kind of discuss our lesson that we're going to co-teach together.
Okay.
We felt like the best Common Core standard for this would be for the students to describe the characters, setting, and major events of the story. So during the story, we're going to have the kids listening for those things and working towards that goal of being able to do that. So
first we're going to tell them to be sure that while we're reading the story, we're going to listen, and that we're going to listen carefully for kind of the main thing that's happening in the story, the characters, where the story takes place. And then we'll do a read aloud. And after the read aloud, we'll have a class discussion going back over the characters, setting, and major events in the story.
Okay. And one thing I think that we should do before the read aloud is maybe discuss our expectations of what we think, just since I'll be new to your room, and kind of guide them to what we want them to do during the story.
Yeah, and the story will kind of just be like the opener for we're going to read the story first, and that's kind of the opener. They're going to probably notice that they don't do the same things as the boy in the book. And then after the story, we'll talk about that the boy in the story was from a place far away, and that they celebrate a different holiday. They celebrate their New Year's in the spring. When the flowers are blooming, it's a symbol of growth and starting over. And so they'll be able to kind of make some connections to that as we discuss it. And then after that, we'll watch the Nowruz video. It's a YouTube video that explains the actual holiday. It tells some different ways that they celebrate. It's actually 13 days long, and there's a lot of key things that they're going to pay attention to in this video, and then we'll talk about some kind of key ideas of how they celebrate, why they celebrate, um, things like that.
Okay, so pretty much, we're gonna have them sit down, read the book to them. The book's gonna be about the holiday Nowruz, which is the Middle Eastern holiday, or that's how they celebrate their New Year.
Right, the Persian New Year.
Okay, so then we'll do that, and then we're gonna have them kind of that'll start our classroom discussion, where we'll kind of pull out the characters, the setting, the major events. Do you think we should have a chart for that, maybe?
Yeah. We can set up an anchor chart
okay.
with character, setting, and major event, just those three.
Maybe we can have the kids come up and write in, sound out the names and write down.
Setting, yeah.
Okay. And then after we do all that, we'll let them watch the YouTube video. That'll give them the visual representation of the holiday. And then we're also going to set up a table that mimics what they did in the Persia for the
right. There's a table that each family sets up in their home, and during they'll see more in the video, but during the New Year, it's the 7 S's, and there's different things on the table that begin with that sound in their language, not in our language. And then the students will be able to come up to the table and look at what's on the table, kind of like a center where they can talk about it.
Yeah, I think that'll be great. And so then they'll go to that center, and then I think we could also incorporate like a craft of the goldfish.
Yeah. And we can we'll do a goldfish craft where they're creating a goldfish. Then they'll understand after they've watched the video and the discussion what the importance of the goldfish is in that culture and their holiday. And then we'll be working on, after they do the craft, a simple sentence about just the holiday itself.
Yeah, and then we can add that literacy element into the craft, and they can.
Yeah, and I think it's we've got the Common Core standard down for the writing. Combination of drawing, dictating, and information. Yeah. They'd be doing an informational text. Combination of drawing, dictating, and writing to compose informative explanatory text, where they name what they're writing about and supply some information about the topic. So as long as they could be writing about the goldfish and why it's important, or they could be writing about anything about the Nowruz holiday and why. Just some sort of information at kindergarten level. They'll pretty much just be writing a simple sentence.
Yeah, so we'll also incorporate that standard along with the standard of the characters, the setting, and the major events in the story with the key details to support it.
And then we'll have at the very end, the kids in the class really like to share their work, and so we may just. During this day, depending on time, we may have a couple of them share. We like to put it up on the projector, and they can read their sentence to the class, and then we may save some and share it throughout the week.
Yeah, that sounds great. I would love to see them do that, and then kind of, show their artwork to everybody, and that kind of will give them a reason to do well on it.
And we could even, it'd be really fun to check, since we have snack time in the afternoon, as long as we get something for our make sure that we don't have any nut allergies or anything, we could totally bring in a snack that has to do with that holiday.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Okay. I think we pretty much got it. I think we're ready to go, and we'll be doing this Wednesday. And I think that's about it. Thank you so much.